Gamers, fevers, burgers. Grab your snacks. The underdog, the legend in his own mind. Jaybeazt, dropping memes and bringing heat. Jaybeazt, stream is starting, pull up a seat. Breaking news, trailers dropped. I react and maybe sound a bit shocked. New game hype, I got the tea. Call of Duty Battlefield, come watch me. Not a big shot, just starting out, but I'll hype your chat and hype my clout. My aim's kinda bad, my joke's kinda worse, but at least I never stream with rehearse. Jaybeazt, underdog with gamer streak. Jaybeazt, laughs, reacts, chaos you seek. Warning. Jaybeazt, you may mispronounce your favorite game. Please remain calm. Chat's alive, memes flying fast. I may fail, but it's always a blast. Subscriber hype, not just some friends, but the fun and chaos never ends. Reacting, chatting, sometimes I play, even if I die in the first 5 minutes. Hey, new game breakdown, I'll nerd out loud, making jokes, looking goofy, maybe proud. Jaybeazt, underdog, but bringing fire. Jaybeazt, lo-fi beats, memes, and satire. Who's in chat? Beast back. What's the game? Total snack. Level up? Maybe not yet, but we laugh, we hype, you won't forget. Achievements, sure, but I miss a lot. Glitches, bugs, rage quits I've caught, but while the pros are flexing loot, I'm here, underdog with style and cute. Streaming news, trailers, reactions too. Sometimes I even know what I'm doing, kinda true. Chat laughs, memes fly, and everyone's hyped. Welcome to Jaybeazt, the underdog is live tonight. Jaybeazt, underdog, chaotic streak. Jaybeazt, gaming news, laughs, you seek. Not a pro but never weak. Caution, Jaybeazt may mispronounce your famous pronounce a game or make you laugh uncontrollably. Stream starting now. The fifth out.
Woody, Jaybeazt may mispronounce your favorite game. Please remain calm.
Chat's alive, memes flying fast. I may fail, but it's always a blast. Subscriber hype, not just some friends, but the fun and chaos never ends. Reacting, chatting, sometimes I play, even if I die in the first 5 minutes. Hey, new game breakdown, I'll nerd out loud, making jokes, looking goofy, maybe proud. Jaybeazt, underdog, but bringing fire. Jaybeazt, lo-fi beats, memes, and satire. Who's in chat? Beats packed. What's the game? Total snap. Level up? Maybe not yet, but we laugh, we hype, you won't forget. Kids, Jaybeazt.
Alrighty, let's get going. It's the weekend stream. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys had a fun week. I sure did. I actually had a pretty busy week, but there's been a lot going on in my end, so it's been going well. I have to say, I do have a headache right now, but I decided to do this anyway, so please bear with me if I seem a little uh, down. I'm not really. I just have a bit of a headache. Anyway, um, I was gonna talk about a few things today. Oh hey, bruh, welcome, welcome. Nah, man. I had to take a little break after our battlefield session. Um, but I decided to just hustle on because really want to talk about a few things today and check out a few new games, upcoming new games, and I wanted to really uh, look into that and talk about it. So yeah, so we're gonna get to that. It's gonna be a short stream. It's not gonna be a long one, but there are like some few exciting stuff that I want to talk about. So I really, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. So let's just jump in. Well, let's make the best of it. All right. Um, starting with starting with this new news about Assassin's Creed. Actually, let's talk about Assassin's Creed. We've been talking about a lot of Assassin's Creed lately. I feel like. Hang on, give me a second. Yeah, yeah. Is it official news? Yes, this one is official news. This is not a rumor. This is not a rumor. That makes it kind of sad, actually. It kind of makes it a little sad, but that's where we at the moment. It's about Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, though, unfortunately. But do you remember when Assassin's Creed Shadows dropped? It had yeah, no, no, no. I don't think we're gonna be hearing about Assassin's Creed Black Flag for a while now that we had a couple of major leaks about it. So they're keeping their lips sealed. But this one specifically about Shadows. When like pre-launch for the game, the game had a lot of backlash about the cultural things and how the game plays, how it's like more of the same thing, how they haven't done anything. Yeah, not about the Attack on Titan. We already talked about that. The game had a lot of backlash about not being original enough, not being different enough, and all those issues. And they Ubisoft then decided to delay the game a couple of times, and then yeah, exactly, to try to make it work for the fans. And they also Japanese black samurai. Yeah, I mean Yasuke is a historical figure, but whether how accurately he's portrayed in the game, I'm pretty sure they took a lot of liberties with that one. Assassin's Creed not known for historical accuracy. Anyway, it always took a lot of liberties when it comes to storytelling, so I'm gonna give them a pass on that one. But they did mention that they're gonna have two major expansions coming for the game post launch. They had this roadmap. Let me see if I can pull that up. Assassin's Creed Shadows roadmap. Um, December parkour update. It, I just wanna see if I can pull out like the original roadmap that they had planned. Uh, Give me a second. Yeah. Anyway, what I was gonna say is they had. I can't seem to find it anywhere. Can't seem to find. They had anyway. They did mention there will be two major expansions coming for the game. First one being Close of Awaji. Because they delayed the game so many times, they then said, okay, we're gonna give away the first expansion, Close of Awaji, for free for all those people who pre-order the game. And Close of Awaji just dropped like a couple of weeks ago, and it's been received pretty well opposed to the base game. Um, but now they have come out and said that they no longer plan to have a second expansion. Awaji is it. So they have gone back on their plans. According to this IGN article, they're saying they have confirmed that they no longer plan to launch a second major expansion, something that previously would have formed part of the game's now abandoned season pass. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I think I think it's no secret that they already been working on Black Flag anyway. I'm assuming there's a whole different studio. One of their Ubisoft studios is working on that, possibly the Singapore one, the Ubisoft Singapore, and probably another studio. Not the same studio that worked on Shadows, I believe, because Singapore Ubisoft Singapore worked on Skull and Bones, and they have a lot of assets and expertise working with, the naval combat system and the pirate system that's in play. So I would assume that they would be the one who would be making the remake, or at least be heavily involved in it. Um, Not the same people who made this. People who made Shadows are the same branch of Ubisoft that also made Odyssey. I don't know which one it is. Montreal, not sure. Anyway, um, so yeah, I think the reason why they have this was apparently an interview by interview with associate game director Simon LeMay Comotti said in an interview with Joe Raptor. Um, so they do have content drop planned for the game for the next whole year, but not something in the same size as a Close of Awaji expansion, which is like a whole new map area and everything. Yeah, Skull and Bones was a quadruple A game. Don't trash it, bro. It's a quadruple A game. You can't just say shit like this. But yeah, no, I don't think they can fuck up Black Flag remake. To be honest, they can. It's already a good game. They just have to remake it exactly as it was. So hopefully they won't fuck up. Um, but I think the reason why part of the reason why I think that they're not gonna do an expansion with this is probably because of the recent reshuffle of IPs that they went through with Tencent. We have already talked about how Tencent had injected a whole cash investment towards their biggest IPs: Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege, and Far Cry. So I'm assuming because now they are sitting under a joint studio with Tencent. What is it called? Vantage Point or something that's called. So separate studio. That's a joint between Ubisoft and Tencent. I'm assuming that they're abandoning whatever the plan that they have left for this, because they have a whole reshuffle roadmap ahead for the upcoming Ubisoft projects, including the mobile Assassin's Creed games that's sort of gone AWOL at this moment, which is expected to make an appearance sometime soon, and also the witchcraft themed Assassin's Creed called Assassin's Creed Hexe, which is supposed to be dropping next year, or the early 2027. So I'm assuming that they are kind of not abandoning, but they're shortening the plans they have for this so they can focus on those. We also have two unconfirmed games in Assassin's Creed, which is the Black Flag remake, which is not something they have confirmed, but at this point everyone kind of expecting it to be shadow dropped, and also something else that we haven't really got any confirmation on in any front, or not even rumors to the same extent as what we've gotten with Black Flag, is Assassin's Creed 1 remake, which I'm really excited for. It's codenamed Stardust. I'm assuming that those are the reasons why they are sort of scaling back the plans they had for Shadows, because they can then assign those resources towards mm, two unconfirmed and one confirmed project for Assassin's Creed, which is, like I said, Hexe and Black Flag remake, and Assassin's Creed Stardust, which is Assassin's Creed 1, which is expected to drop on its 20th anniversary. That's falling on 2027, I believe. So yeah, there's a lot going on with Assassin's Creed in terms of development at Ubisoft. So this doesn't really come to me as a surprise, to be honest. Um, but it is weird because they have historically done two expansions for every game since the Origins. Like Origins has two expansions with the Hidden Ones and the Curse of the Pharaohs, and in 2018 Assassin's Creed Odyssey with another two expansions, the Legacy of the First Blade and the Fate of Atlantis. And then in 2020 we got Awalhalla, that had Wrath of the Druids, I believe it's called, and Siege of Paris, and Dawn of Ragnarok, There was three expansions, and then Assassin's Creed Mirage was supposed to be yet another expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which ended up being its own standalone game. Um, so and then we got another full expansion, free expansion for Mirage, just a couple of weeks ago, just like a week ago, 2 years after launch. So yeah, something is very weird is going on at Ubisoft. I don't quite know how to, you know, but I don't quite know what to say about it. Like, what is quite going on, but there's definitely some sort of reshuffling going on internally that's causing all these things to change. Uh, it is unlike Ubisoft, but I think they are going to a major reshuffle in terms of resources and what their plans are after the Tencent merger, IP mergers. So it is to be expected. Not really that surprising, but I think Shadows is one of those games that did pretty mid. It wasn't a huge success, but it wasn't a huge failure either. Um, but it is one of those games that you like as if you stop supporting it, it's fine at this point. It's a fun game. It was fine, but better you focus on the next game and make sure that you get it right, the better. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Let me know what you guys think, but I think it's a sound decision they have made to not do a second expansion. But there might be some people who will be disappointed to hear that. But as long as they are doing the right thing and focusing on the other games and making sure those new games are getting it right, and setting them up for success, I think we're fine. You know. Um, yeah. So that's something. It's not disappointing news. Is it disappointing news? Let me know. Let me know if that's disappointing for you. Or were you expecting a second expansion for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Or were you just happy with Close of Awaji in to, beat the game farewell and move on? Let me know in the comments. Um, all right. You guys know one of my favorite games is the Alan Wake games. Alan Wake 1 was one of the best games I have ever played when when I was a kid. And then I thought it was a standalone game, and then they released Control. Control was not connected to Alan Wake when it first launched. There was no, apparent connection between the Control game and Alan Wake universe. But then they put an expansion. It was not a big expansion, but a small free expansion to the game, which then connected the entire Alan Wake saga into Control. And then we got Alan Wake 2, which actually provided a lot more context as to what the hell was going on in Control, in the Bureau of Control, and that weird little weird big concrete building and everything. If you played Alan Wake 2 and all the way to the end, there's a big connection that gets revealed towards the end, which I will not spoil for you because I do think you should still go back and play it if you haven't already. It's one of the best games ever. And now, uh, if you know what I'm talking about, towards the end of Alan Wake 2, you know they not foreshadowed, they hinted at a second Control game possibly. Um, which makes sense because we spotted this name, Control Resonant, trademark discovered ahead of the game awards. So, there's no game called Control Resonant, so I'm assuming this would possibly be what the next game is going to be called, Control Resonant. They already we could have argued that this could be some sort of a multiplayer thing that they were talking about, but they already put Firebreak out, Control Firebreak. So which actually didn't do that well. but I'm assuming this will be the second main line entry for Control, and they're probably gonna be showing something in the Game Awards that's coming December 11th, very soon, in a week or so. So, according to here, it says, according to Insider Gaming, a possible trademark registration from Remedy may hint at a new Control project. Furthermore, its timing is coincidentally near the Game Awards, set to go live on December 11th. Okay, this is the trademark in question, Control Resonant. Trademark, we're not going to get into that stuff. It doesn't really say anything, it's just filed by the Remedy lawyers, look, Remedy Entertainment Company lawyers. So it's safe to assuming, found on the European Union Intellectual Property Office website by Insider Gaming, the title Control Resonant has been filed for trademark. In addition, it's been done by Nordea attorneys at law. Interestingly enough, Remedy Entertainment uses those lawyers, making it seem like this is indeed a new Control title. So I think that's pretty interesting. Obviously, this is literally like a very small piece of news. There's nothing to go on. But I think the fact that they have filed this ahead of Game Awards is probably indication that they might be planning to show something in the Game Awards. Otherwise, there's no reason for them to file this knowing that this is going to be noticed by people who, literally keeping an eye out for this sort of thing, like Insider Gaming. They know as soon as they file something like that, it's going to get out. So if they wanted to keep it tight-lipped, they wouldn't have filed it away. So I think it makes sense. It makes sense. They might be wanting to show something in Game Awards, but we could be wrong. Pure speculation here. However, it is important to note Remedy has not announced a new title or project for Control, so take it with a grain of salt for the time being. As to what it could be, there are a few different ways. The most obvious is a sequel to the 2019 original, possibly continuing Jesse Faden's narrative. However, Remedy has stated that it's been exploring film and TV, so maybe Control Resonant is a TV series. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would not be that hyped for the TV series. I would take more game than TV shows or whatever. But I really hope that it is the next game and not some TV series, honestly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. Do you think that it is the next Control game? Do you think it's the TV series? Let me know. But either way, if it is the game, I'll be very, very excited to check it out in Game Awards. I can't wait. Okay. All right. I got a few things that I want to check out today. Starting with... before we get into the big stuff, there was this video that I saw on YouTube. Okay. Before I start playing it...
Featuring...
Okay. Before I start playing it, I've been excited to cover the Blood of Dawn Walker gameplay and everything to do with the Blood of Dawn Walker because it's made by a new studio called Rebel Wolf, which is formed by former Witcher 3 devs from CDPR. And the gameplay looks amazing and it is coming soon. They've been putting out gameplay information. It is one of the most anticipated games for me to come out next year, if it does, without a delay. One of the weird issues that I had with the title is why is it not called the blood of... It's called the Blood of Dawn Walker, but why not Blood of the Dawn Walker? Like it rolls out the tongue kind of weird because I always keep saying Blood of the Dawn Walker, but it is actually called the Blood of Dawn Walker. And I came across this video. It's a small video, 3 minutes long. The title was like the Blood of Dawn Walker director reacts to your comments, and apparently he's answering that question that I have. So I want to check it out.
Asmongold in his first mocap acting debut. I will leave this one without comment. Thank you very much. I really want to know from the devs why it wasn't called Blood of the Dawnwalker. Sounds far cleaner. I guess it does. At the same time, there are thoughts behind it, like why did we call the game like this? It is related to what the story is about and that it's the first game in the saga, we hope. And yeah, I'm looking forward for you to figure out why we called it this. Feels so good to be the target audience.
That did not answer my question at all, but I totally get it. There has to have been a reason as to why they went with such a specific, such a specific order of words for the title. But what is it? I guess we're just gonna have to play the game and find out to see whether that answers the question. But well, he did not really answer the question, now did he?
Hands up. The big bad reminds me of Victor from the Underworld. So damn cool. Well, I'm glad you feel this way. I think he is very cool. And yeah, he does remind me of Victor a little bit as well. He was actually based on like a number of different villains and different vampires from the vampire mythos. So
Cool.
yeah, probably one of the inspirations we had. We looked at different vampire films, different vampire games.
What
For
about
example,
Twilight?
Bram Stoker's Dracula, of course. Nosferatu would be another one.
Nosferatu
There are
was
a lot
a
of
great-
fans of True Blood on the team. And from the video games, of course, a lot of people loved Vampire Bloodline. A lot of people really enjoyed Vampire. Yeah, many different inspirations to look up to. Dawnwalker was the old dinner lady at my primary school. I imagine her blood could have created such a world. Good work, Bandai Namco and Rebel Wolf. Thank you for pointing this out. I'm sure your dinner lady is very happy to see herself included
That
in
is
this.
such
An
a
original
random
game,
thing.
no sequel, a new world to explore. First Expedition 33, now this. There is something to look forward to. I'm happy to hear you feel this way. It was a very daunting task to design a completely new IP from the scratch. Team did ton of hard work to prepare this IP to be very like bountiful and to have a
Yeah.
lot of really fresh ideas in it. So I'm really curious for you to explore it, and I'm looking forward to it. Looks good.
It is true. It is very true. It's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to work on a new IP and bank on it to be successful. There are so many. I mean, it used to be a lot easier, 20 something years ago, but now within gaming industry, it's gotten so fierce, the competition, and working on a new IP is always the biggest risk a company can take. That is why we see so many sequels and prequels and spin-offs being happening, because those are known IPs and there's always safe bets. So yeah, we give shit to gaming companies and developers all the time for not the video games being crappy or like not up to standards and stuff like that. But it is really hard to pull off a new IP and actually be successful with it. So it is a lot of work. It is a lot more work than we realize or what we would ever get to see from outside. But when they do, it is something short of a miracle. It is, and it has to be appreciated for sure.
But the camera needs a zoom out option. Actually, in the newest build, we already included it because we listened to your feedback. And it was a very good feedback. I know a lot of people prefer a camera this way. And yeah, keep the feedback coming. We have a lot of different things that we changed after looking at the reception of our released materials. Other than the camera settings, we allow players now to use different ways to experience our combat. For example, for the people that prefer to have more action-oriented way of experiencing combat, we have these things we called omni attacks and omni blocks. If you're not that into like directional combat, you can focus on this. If you prefer more like the story-oriented experience, we have
That's
changed
cool.
the way the active abilities work. So In the footage we shown online, there used to be the cinematic moments where after you chose an ability from the radial menu, a little cutscene would play. So now they're actually completely seamless and they happen during gameplay. So the combat flows better and we no longer pause the game when you enter the radial menu. Instead, it kind of slows down to, again, keep the combat going and keep the pacing going. By far, the best.
This is the cool thing. Kudos to Rebel Wolves developers, honestly, for actually actively listening to feedback from people who are watching the gameplay, not even playing. Just, you know, keeping an eye out for those sort of feedback and like concerns about the game, and actively making changes even before the game is even released. So really great work these guys are doing, and it's a good sign that they really want the game to be successful and deliver something that players, the target audience of the game, actually enjoy. That's a good sign of a good, potentially good game, or even a great game. So this is one of the reasons why I'm so high for this game.
Trailer for a game I have ever seen. I literally forgot I was watching a game trailer. Can't wait for this. Well, I'm glad you're here, that you feel this way. I'm hyped for it as well. Looking forward to your reactions. You can tell that people are interested, and you know, it feels like the ideas we have do work and do resonate with people. So that's the great validation, but also it's scary to live up to all these expectations. For more like this, watch this video next.
All right. That's cool. That is very cool. Yeah, anyway, that's a very short video. I just wanted to go through that with you because I thought it was really cool. He didn't really answer my question about why it's called the Blood of Dawnwalker instead of Blood of the Dawnwalker. But I guess we'll find out from the game, according to him. Anyway, moving on. We have a new game. Okay? We have a couple of new games that we're going to be checking out today. And this is a new one. Hang on. It's I just wanna. Where is it? I just want to see where this is. Steam. I'm just opening up Steam, just making sure that if I have all the details before I start. It's not coming to PC. Oh, your worst. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard of this Hoyo Worst thing. Okay, what is Hoyo Worst again? I don't really know, but trying to find out. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. This game is called Varsapura, okay? They put out 30 minutes long gameplay from Varsapura. It's an upcoming game, and it's the next flagship title from Hoyoverse, developed in Unreal Engine 5. Hoyoverse, I believe, are the people who made Genshin Impact. So this is going to be their next big title, and I just wanted to check it out with you because it looks very cool and very different to what Genshin Impact was. The Varsapura gameplay takes you, according to the description on the video, it takes you into the mysterious Shadow Bureau and the organization's seal, as we get a peek at combat as a new player while using an umbrella weapon, embarks on a test in a fight against shadow monsters. So it's a little bit different from what you would see from something like Genshin Impact. I believe this is also a free-to-play game, if they're going with the same model. I don't have a lot of information on this one, but this is just official gameplay. So let's check it out and see how it fares.
If you've been suffering from insomnia, nightmares, or mood swings, you may find these images unsettling. Back then, I had
Looks
no
good.
idea.
Oh,
Maybe that wasn't the real.
oh dear. What's with the
Me.
face models? Okay, the game looks pretty good.
You lost belongings due to mind rot?
Maybe
Please
it's a
visit that counter over there. Mind rot control.
deliberate design choice.
All right, thanks.
How can I help you?
I'd like to join Seal.
Okay. You'll need to go through the interview process first. This is your application form. Read the instructions and sign to confirm. Once you sign, we'll verify your consciousness. This may cause slight discomfort.
Consciousness? Oh, okay. Is that like
Let
supposed to
me
be a
see.
fingerprint?
Consciousness verification completed. Preparing the interview. Your number I07. They'll call it out through the announcement system, so please pay attention. It may take a moment. This
Okay.
area is open to visitors. Feel free to look around while you wait.
Okay. A bit of lore and
Although
context.
organic matter is more resistant to decomposition, mind rot can severely affect mental health. If exposed, seek medical help immediately. Rest assured, our MRB officers will clear affected areas and reverse the mind rot's effect on your property.
Okay.
Welcome. You're about to observe the process of mind rotting. Note the black substance seeping from the object. This is mind rot.
Mind rot. This is reminding me of like the cursed objects from Control, which we just talked about.
Number I07. Please proceed to the interview room. Down the hall on the left of the front desk.
Dash. The game actually looks pretty good so far, I mean.
Here for an interview?
Yeah, hi.
Well, isn't that something? They really hit the jackpot with candidates like us. Come on, take a seat.
Okay.
There's only so many safety brochures to leaf through. Grab a chair, let's chat for a bit. This whole Shadow Bureau seems so shady. Everyone says they're strict about hiring, but there's no clear standards. They don't even accept resumes. I don't even know how to prepare. But it's not like I have no experience, you know? I've watched Mindbog murders and Shadow Boys several times. Nothing I can't handle.
What's up with the lights?
What do you think is the better pick? Rescue Brigade or...
Sorry. I don't know if I'm loving the character models, to be honest. Especially the face models. I know it is a deliberate design choice, probably. Well, obviously. But I just feel like it doesn't really fit the rest of the aesthetic they're going for here. I don't know. Just me. Just me.
S-U-N.
Did you see that?
Maybe the Brigade? My girlfriend thinks they're hot.
Yeah, definitely giving me
Hello?
some control vibes.
Hello?
Yet another hollow one.
A hollow one? What?
Your straw-filled mind wanders the wasteland inside. Still, you're haunted by a nameless lie. You don't know who you are. I see your true self. You're no hero. I'd say average at best. An officer has come to collect you.
Hello. I'm a shuttle patrol officer, Sayuki. Congratulations on passing the interview. Follow me.
What? What was the interview?
That guy was an interviewer?
He's a well-regarded senior member of the Shadow Bureau. We call him Mr. Shadow. He interviewed me too, back when I first started. Mr. Shadow has a keen eye for people, so if you got in, it means you've got a seal of approval.
Why can't I see anything?
Just a minor precaution. The Bureau's interior can't be perceived by outsiders. But you can still see me, right? Just stick close.
So weird.
Vivian! I didn't see you there. Yeah, it's nothing. I'm just used to taking notes. Hey, don't judge a book by its cover.
This is giving me major control vibes, but like in a more like
Were you talking about me?
anime version of it.
She often teases newcomers. Don't worry about it. If your onboarding goes well, you'll prove her wrong. Looks like a meeting's in progress. Wait just a moment. What's this meeting about?
I like how you hear people's voices, but you
Code red.
cannot make out what they're
Someone's
saying.
gonna have their hands full. Go ahead without me. I need to take this newcomer to the test chamber. Excuse me. Passing through. Excuse me.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Sorry. The meeting rooms in this old building are way too small. This place always gets crowded whenever there's a meeting. Let's go.
Except this place is so much bigger than the
Where's
meeting
the
room,
mind
and
rot
it's got
taking
nobody in
place?
it.
Oh, in the Oakwood district. You know how VP is. This kind of thing happens all the time. That's why we're needed. But don't worry about that now. Okay, this is your final test. Give it your all.
Another test?
Hi, Simmons. Is the test chamber ready?
Dawn authorization approved. Personnel permitted 2. Preparing the test chamber. Marcia is waiting for you.
I just had my psych evaluation, and I'm waiting for the results. So I'll stay away from the test chamber. I mean, I wouldn't want to disturb Marcia.
Fine. Seems like replicator number 3 needs a lens adjustment.
Sure, on it. Actually, I could use some help. Would you mind?
Was that a frame drop?
This will be your last test.
She won't go easy on you. Good luck.
Go to hell, hideous fruit.
Pay no attention to that. They're thoughts from the mind fog. It powers our test chamber.
Yeah, man. Definitely control.
You've got 60 seconds to eliminate the approaching shadow monsters.
Yeah.
Good luck.
They have to have been inspired by Control for this one. Not to say it's a bad thing, but I can very clearly see the inspirations. I like the combat style with the umbrella. That's very cool.
Swift
That
and
is cool.
precise. Good job. On to the next one. That was just a
Destructible
basic drill.
environments.
Fieldwork requires quick action. But remember, speed is secondary to ensuring the safety of civilians. Time for your second trial. Save the civilians without alerting the monsters. Keep a low profile and stay undetected. Use your abilities when needed.
You got stealth sections. Nice. Assassinate. Carrying oxygen tanks. Oh. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. That's one way to do it. Okay.
Great job. Go through that door and catch your breath. You've earned it.
Okay.
What's going on?
The exit's blocked, and there's mind rot in the chamber. Don't touch it if you want to live. Just opened a new route for you. Up you go.
That's the interesting way of traversal.
Take the stairs. Run quickly.
What's the matter?
Mind rot readings are off the charts. Any trouble downtown?
Yeah, there's a code red in Oakwood District. Can you let the rookie out?
Already on it. Got more of these bastards to deal with. The exit route is at 60%. Try to keep it together in the meantime.
Jeez.
That's more
You
than
got
a rookie can
jellyfish?
handle.
Where are you going?
I have to help.
The route's unstable. You'll be trapped inside
We
too.
got jellyfish attacking
Then
us
make sure
and
to get us out.
weird men in suits
Hold on, I'm coming.
holding tanks, oxygen tanks. Oh, you switched characters? Whoa.
Oh, damn. The chamber's unstable, but I'll get you out.
Copy that. I'll clear
That's
the monsters
cool.
to reduce the mind bog's interference. Just get that door working. Your power Yours should be more effective against the jellies.
Ooh.
Leave the suits to me. We'll need to fight until
Just
Simmons
switch
opens
back.
the exit. Nicely done. We make a good team.
That's cool.
Area
You're like
secured. Looks like
switching
the test
characters
was
on the fly.
wrong about you. You're actually impressive in real combat. Simmons, I'd say we've underestimated this one.
Exit's almost over. Just hold on. Command invalid. Be careful. It's getting closer.
Simmons?
Deploy platforms.
Simmons! Comms are down. We may be cut off from the outside world. Stay sharp. I've got your back. Oh, falling platforms. Get up there to deploy them.
Okay.
You're a natural. Fall
You know
back.
what? This is
Avoid
quite
the
interesting.
contaminated
Not
zones.
gonna lie. They do have some interesting concepts here.
HQ must have noticed the anomaly by now. We've got to hold on.
It looks impressive graphically as well. Is this supposed to be running on consoles and mobile as well, just like Genshin Impact was? Because if so, this is very impressive. Very weird, but very impressive.
What is that thing?
This is no ordinary mind rot. It's dissolving everything into the mind bog.
Mind bog. This is a fun. So mind rot is like a smaller version of a mind bog, by the sound of it.
Including you if you stay here. Now go!
Anyone hurt?
I'm fine. Rookie, you okay?
I'm okay.
There's a full response underway. Patrol needs you.
Be right there. We're wrapping up. You definitely passed the test. Now I just need to brief you on...
I will take it from here.
That's
Follow on with me.
one hell of an interview, man. One hell of an interview.
All right. I appreciate your help.
The situation is serious, but they have what it takes. As for you, I'm humbled. Even an entity like me can misjudge. Your potential, it runs deeper than you realize. But your motivations are not as they appear, correct?
Is this part of the interview?
While unofficial, this conversation will determine your future with the Bureau. Why do you want to join SEAL?
I'm looking for my killer. Not the most altruistic goal. You're right, but who doesn't have secrets? As long as we serve the Bureau, isn't that enough?
A fair point. We share the same goals. You have a way with words. The Bureau needs your help with the mind rot incident. Prove yourself worthy of this.
Just like that. I mean, it was one hell of an interview. Probably the toughest in the world, I
This
assume.
may be my chance to ask about the killer. Sir, do you happen to know an officer that uses a snake scale umbrella?
Oh? Why the sudden interest?
You see, I owe my life to this courageous officer. I want to thank them, personally.
Expressing gratitude. What a rare trait. I'll help you. Await my message. Welcome to Seal.
Okay. Oh. It's open world? I thought everything happens inside or something, like just like in Control. Guess not. Okay, the game looks pretty nice. I like how it looks.
Voice
Very
ready to
detailed.
clean up.
Fit here. On the scene now.
Requesting additional sun response in Oakwood.
Whoa,
This is V.
that was a
Be there
close
soon.
call.
Gruden Hill is expanding. Code yellow. Looks like someone's already flagged it.
Unit 08123. 5 minutes out.
A nice looking city. Showing off how well he can drive. Who was playing? I see some popping going on in the distance, but almost unnoticeable.
What
It's very well done.
exactly is mind rot, anyway?
This is why proper orientation is so important. Good thing Dawn still has a training tapes feature.
As you've learned, humanity's collective thoughts manifest as the rain of thought. Like water stagnating without proper drainage,
Whoa.
it can build up and cause
What just happened? What just happened? Just stop.
the rain of thought. Like water stagnating
It just
without proper
stopped.
drainage, it can build up and cause rot. Mind rot buildups erode
It
reality,
just,
breaking minds, spawning
froze
monsters,
frames.
and warping our world. End of module 14. Proceed to
That looks like something that might happen when they
Nicely put.
load the next section of the game. That could be annoying if they don't fix that. Something like that used to happen in Mafia 3. That really used to drive me crazy, but I think they fixed it. At least they kept it in the video and not hide it. It looks like Singapore. Whoa, okay, where are you going?
You're so determined. What made you choose Seal?
An officer changed my life. I joined the Force to follow his footsteps.
So there's no HUD.
Wish I could thank him in person.
That explains a
There's
lot.
no HUD to see
I'm
where
hoping
you're
my work
going.
with
I'm
everyone
assuming
gets
they
me closer to
purposely
finding him.
put
Think you could
those
help with
away.
that?
We're a team now, so... Okay. But no heroics once we're in the field. If it gets bad, you retreat. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, moody.
We're here. Dawn has locked down this area. We need to get verified. Technically, you could enter from anywhere, but let's use the main gate this time.
Okay.
Okay, let's head in.
I'm impressed.
Permission update. Access granted. Hello, rookie. I'm Dawn, Seal's companion.
Dawn, are the observation points available?
Yes, ready to locate nearby monsters.
Oh,
Always
just
a
casually
pleasure.
float with an umbrella.
Happy to work with everyone's favorite SEAL officer. It looks like that
They
app
basically
campaign is
knew what they were
really
doing with these character models, but those faces kind of put me off though. You press G to enter stealth mode. It's essentially you like rolling, like sneaking. Leave no trace. Wow. I love that you can switch characters mid-combat. That is cool. Oh. We got another one. Got like a Harley Quinn type person too. Alright, man. I'm actually digging this, not gonna lie. Looks really fun. And I'm really digging the atmospheres, like the environment. It's very nice and moody when it needs to be. It's got a almost too clean look to it, but you kind of see that in, if it is a free-to-play game, but you see that in Asian developed games a lot. Like even in Where Winds Meet, you see that almost too clean look, but it's a fun game. It's I still don't know how it's free to play, but I get it. Like they're banking on whales to make money, but still that level. But I feel like this is also reaching that similar level of quality. There's a lot of frame drops. I'm seeing a lot of frame drops going on when there's a lot happening in the screen, on the screen. See, there you go. Frame drops. It's dropped to like 20.
Just a few more left. Ready for one last push.
Attention all units. Oakwood has been contained.
That's a bit of a concern.
Emergency status lifted. You may resume regular duties.
Sun never disappoints. Let's wrap this up and get some coffee. My treat.
Damn. Fighting with books, man. Didn't think that would be I'd ever see something like that in games. Fighting with books. Weirdly works.
Prudent Hill contained. Brigade is en route for cleanup. Well done, officers.
Roger that. 08123, over.
Well done, officers.
Long day at work.
Almost forgot. Your reward for your first assignment. Shock Americano. Perfect for staying alert, fighting off fatigue, and doing your best.
Oh boy. Is that an ad?
All that mind rot cleared. And we're still buried
I
in work
could use a
back at
coffee
Seal.
right now.
Well, Director Nyan has big plans, but they're hard to pull off.
He seems a bit unreliable.
Then introduce me to more reliable people like you.
I'll ask around online.
Great. Can't wait to interview them in person.
By the way, what was the director's big plan?
To save the world.
Varsapura. It's very cool. Okay, we don't know a whole lot about it. There's no Steam page or anything for the game yet. If you go to their website, Hoyoverse website, I don't really see anything. Look, no details about Varsapura. They haven't really put anything in there. But I'm assuming that's because they're still keeping all the details internal about the game, even though they just put out some gameplay. But from what I just saw, it looks very different to what you would experience in something like Genshin Impact, which is their big flagship game up until this point, I assume, unless you consider like all the other Honkai, Impact, or those games to be the mainliners, which they are. But I think the more popular one has been Genshin Impact, and this is supposed to be replacing that as the flagship title. And it looks good. It looks very different, and assuming this is going to be open world RPG action adventure type game, just like Genshin Impact was, and which also free to play. It looks very detailed. It looks very interesting to me. Like I said, not digging the facial, like the design of the faces. Everything else looks fantastic, and I completely dig the vibe of it. It's still going for that, realistic yet like cartoony vibe, which I really dig. But yeah, I'm keen. There's no details about when it's gonna come out or anything, which platforms, but it looks like they were showing that on a PC. So safe to say this is coming to a PC. But like I said, there's no Steam page or anything that I can pull up to get more information on it. So let's see. This is a game to keep an eye out and to see how it unfolds. And I think we'll probably see more information as the time goes on. But for now, it is something to keep an eye out and see how things go. Let me know what you guys think of Varsapura. If it's something that got you interested, if it's something that you're gonna be probably playing. Based on what I just saw, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm very interested. Genshin Impact is something that I did try out, but it didn't really hook me that much. I didn't end up actually playing it, but this I feel like I might actually play, have a higher chance of playing. But I need to see more gameplay. I need to know more details about the game. So just gonna have to wait and see how that goes. But my faith in free-to-play games has been restored after experiencing Where Winds Meet. So I'm coming into this with a very positive thoughts and very very much with an optimistic attitude, but we just have to wait and see how this unfolds. All right. We do have another game, and well, actually not another game. I just talked about this new game just on Thursday on our live stream. We were talking about the sequel to Raji, an ancient epic, which was a top-down, third-person combat um, game, combat like puzzle solving type of game, which was made by a small indie team based in India, and it was a huge success across PC and all the console platforms, and on it even came to mobile and Switch too. It did really well across all platforms, and it eventually got recognized globally and won awards and everything. And now it's coming up with a sequel to Raji, which is called Raji Kaliyuga. We looked at the announcement trailer and we talked about it. The highlight of that was that it is now uh, seemingly jumping genres, going from top-down platform type thing into a full-on third-person action adventure game, which is very exciting, very ambitious for the studio as well. So it's catching a lot of interesting and turning a lot of heads at the moment, which is fantastic. If it is successful, it might go on to be one of the most valuable IPs to come out of India in the gaming industry, which is fantastic. And IGN has put out this another video breaking down announcement trailer and actually talking to the developers of Raji Kaliyuga, developers from Notting Head Games. That's where they're from. So I just wanted to check out that video. It's a 15-minute long video, so we'll try to stick to it and see how we go. But there might be some interesting information that we can uncover here. So let's have a look at it.
It's the time of darkness. Whole realm represents greed. Mahavalasura opening the doors to heaven. It's the whole story continues from there.
What is growth about? Where does he or it come from?
Who is this guy? Who is with Raji? Yeah.
We did that whole Om Namah Shivaya.
There was no AI harmed or involved in the making of this trailer.
Hey guys, today we are at Nottingham Studio and I have the team with me who has made this beautiful trailer, Raji Kaliyuga. Yes, this is going to be a sequel to Raji, an ancient epic.
Hi guys, I'm Anirudh Singh. I'm the lead concept artist at Notting Heads Games.
Hi guys, I'm Shreyas Pai and I'm the lead artist at Notting Heads Games.
Hi guys, I'm Shruti Ghosh. I'm the co-founder, narrative and art director at Notting Heads Games.
Hello guys, I'm Ian. I'm a director, co-founder at Notting Heads Games.
Let's talk about a new game.
It's like he could give a fuck.
Tell me, what was the vision and how did this world come?
Raji was always seen as not just a singular game, but the story also ended with where Mahavalasura opening the doors to heaven, and that kind of trickles to the next game, the sequel, Raji Kaliyuga, where the game is now set in 6 years down the line, where the world is in a whole new era where everything is in a like post-apocalyptic condition, where everything is kind of like not how the nature should be. So because the doors to heaven wasn't supposed to be open at that time, and it's the whole story continues from there.
Raji looks awfully similar. Like she looks very, very similar. Is somebody in this room? Do you have something to share with us?
So yeah, when we were basically
I was thinking the same thing.
Making the new model, and when kind of like we're conceptualizing the Raji's costume, and now that she's grown 6 years older, and how would she look, and being the only girl in the team, I guess I was like, it was okay to
So
just
progression.
natural thing to lend my face to.
Yeah, and I think we didn't want to like go higher model or something, and we were like, okay, why not just use Shruti's
Yeah.
face too, you know?
Yeah, and we wanted
It
her
works.
to look, she's Indian and have that authenticity. So yeah, just use what we've got in house.
Also, we are seeing a new character in play. Share something about that.
So yeah, that is basically Golu. He's now called Darsh. And so we wanted this to be like the big reveal. So that's what you see in the teaser as well. So you can see the first reaction is, who is this guy? Who is, you know, with Raji? And then eventually, you know, oh, it's the game has taken a time jump. And the Golu that you know from the first game has now grown up. And there's so much mystery that is associated with this character now.
Are you gonna stick to the same art style, the isometric art style that you guys did with Raji and Ancient Effect, or is it going to be a completely different looking game?
So it's not an isometric game anymore. It is a third-person camera, but it's still an action-adventure game. It is still true to its genre where Raji came from. So it's just
There
the
you
point
go.
of view and the way you look at the world and the way you see the game is different, and it's opened up and it's bigger and better.
That you had
Yes.
taken music first.
Okay, confirmed. There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. It is confirmed that Raji's sequel is going to be a third-person action-adventure game. There you go. There you go. Confirmed.
Approach with the game. You didn't started with the music and built with the music. So is it going to be the same with this one?
Even in the storyboarding stage, everyone had an idea of what the music would be like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we shared that vision of what kind of music, and then it kept evolving over the period of time. And the Linus came in, and the
Yeah.
teaser went. And to
lot
the
of Ian did a lot of
Yeah.
directorial how he wanted it to begin with, and where he wanted that epic tone to come in. And because this whole reveal trailer was about revealing Darsh, everything was centered around to the point where you see Darsh coming, like his hands coming. So the entire music needs to be also a build up to the point. And then it was like, when I was talking to Linus also, I said, I want that silence before you actually see his hands coming. So just give that few seconds of silence before you see Raji's eye open. And then you see the other character, because this is a big jump from what you see in Raji.
And what I would like to say is there was no AI harmed or involved in the making of this trailer. This was all done by human beings. Yeah.
What was the
Good to clarify
favorite
that.
part for you in the trailer?
It's very hard to choose, but I think how you see Krodh when Raji opens her eye, that was like really epically done, because that is something, it was not then the storyboard, it was just all improvising how everyone gets their input into the teaser, and that's how things are. Yeah, so you can see Krodh's reflection and so the pupil dilation that is happening. I think that is pretty cool.
Just to add up to that, that wasn't really a decision that was made way back. It was just a spontaneous idea. I think Ian saw it and he said, oh, it would be cool if we show the pupil dilating. And I said, probably nobody would notice that. But then he also came up with the idea of, it would be cool if we could see Krodh's reflection in her eyes when it opens, because it's just such an extreme close-up, right? And then with Paras's help, we did find a way to make it work. And when I myself saw it, I was like, okay, this does make a difference.
It's such an epic moment, because then you're seeing Raji growing up.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, oh shit.
We did that whole Om Namah Shivaya, or even her face, kind of the expressions. Yeah.
Yeah.
The doors to the heaven are open now, and it was not supposed to. So that's gonna lead to something being Raji Kaliyuga. What does Kaliyuga mean?
So the whole idea is it's the time of darkness. It's the era of darkness where
got that from this trailer.
everything is in a state where it's not supposed to be, whether it's humans or the gods or the asuras, and it's everything is not in balance. Kind of like reflects what today's time is.
Statues of Indian dancers. You tell us more about that.
It was kind of the thought behind was like when you actually see the statue come alive, they move like as if the puppets are being stop motion. That was what Ian wanted the animation to be like when they move, and the different poses of the dance that they do, they kind of like
that was
look
cool.
like as if they're moving in.
You know, it kind of reminded me of South of Midnight, if you know what that means.
Kind of beat.
If you know that game.
So that's
the entire game is like a whole stop motion
There
saga.
were these,
Very cool.
I don't know if those are hyenas or monkeys. They had like a third eye. So can you tell more about that creation?
They are one of the NPCs in the levels that you're going to play in the sequel in Kaliyuga. There's a whole universe behind this, a glimpse of that level that you get in the trailer. They worship Shiva, and it's one of the lokas that is set in the Patal Lok, one of the Patal Loks. The whole concept behind is, it has the whole idea of they are followers of Shiva, and then how they've come into being, and the whole attitude of them, how they react to everything, has idea behind it, what the Loka
I'm assuming
stands
Patal
for.
Lok
So
means
the
underworld.
reason for it is also there. So
There's a reason for everything. So therefore, when asked, we could give a comprehensive answer. And so every character has its own bio to it.
And also, it follows the same structure, or no, the same idea we had in the first game is about how we can teach people about either the culture or the mythology. So, if someone ends up asking, like you did, what is growth about? Where does he or it come from? Then we would be explaining, hey, there's these lower realms, there's the upper realms, there's Patal Lok. This is one of those seven realms, and you can also talk about Lord Shiva for especially the younger generation, which may or may not know about them. So that
That's
also
what I mean.
opens up an
It definitely means
opportunity for us
underworld.
to add these sort of little.
I'm so hyped for this
information in
game
the
after watching this trailer.
Even it's not just the Western or the global audience, but even in Indian audience.
I gotta
you
check
would
out
have
that
people. I
Patal
myself
Lok
have learned
Netflix
actually
show.
a lot of the things that I didn't know from Raji 1. So it is actually, I think, nice to have.
I didn't know
the
about
same
it
sort
until
of,
you told me, bro.
aspects in Raji 2 as well.
Another fascinating thing that I saw was Raji having multiple friends. Is that a thing now?
Basically, this is something like when we were making, like especially in the storyboard stages, like you take some liberty with the scenes where you add a metaphor. Basically, the hands coming, we wanted to show Darsh, but the hands coming from the back of Raji just showed her being blessed by Durga.
You know those ruins and stuff that they got going on. It reminded me of Doctor Strange, a little bit, like with the amber color runes. Or is it just me?
Add to that,
It's cool though.
it
It's
kind
cool.
of like teases you into how they both are also.
Okay, I gotta check that.
together.
I gotta check
how
that out.
The brother and sister are gonna
me
play
put that
out
in my
in the game.
list of things.
So it teases about both of them, their abilities of coming together.
Is this a standalone game?
Even if you haven't played Raji and Ancient Epic, you can come into the universe fresh because it takes you
That's
at the
important.
present time and takes you through the journey where what's happening in the present time in the universe, but also gives you a backstory, what happened, and slowly the characters are introduced as what's going on, what happened in the last 6 years, and so you kind of get an idea. But people
Okay, that is a very important point that they raised. I think it's very important that they've gone down the route of not requiring to play the first game in order to get to the second game, especially because they're doing a genre swap with the second game, with that being a completely third-person action adventure game with bigger, better, more ambitious game, and probably with a bigger budget now as well. So because this is a very different game, like they mentioned, asymmetric, top-down puzzle solving, that type of game, the chances are a lot more people would be tempted to try the second game for what it is. It's because it's probably going to be playing like more towards something in the same line of Black Myth Wukong, God of War type of thing. If it, I'm assuming it's not open world, so it'll probably play out like that. So people who like to play that kind of games will be very interested in playing this. So being able to go into the second game without having to understand what went on in the first one is a very good thing, and it lowers the barrier for people to actually try out that game. Very cool.
Who have played Raji and Ancient Epic, for them it'll be a big nostalgia factor and a big thing that when they come back to the universe, it's a, oh, that was that about, and this is where. But also if it's going to bring in new players who just start with Raji Kaliyuga and they will go back to Raji and Ancient Epic. So yeah, they can play it.
World also, right? It looks very fantastical, but then again, like you said, the realms do, you know, you have taken inspirations from these realms and mythological creatures or places.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the world that is set in?
Raji Kaliyuga kind of like takes you into this realm, though being part of Earth is a bigger section, Bhurlok, where you will be playing the game. But this particular level is Vitla, is one of the realms. It's the lower Patal Lok, the lower realm, and
cool.
the whole characters, the background, trees that you see them walking, or the ones that come out of the water, all of them are kind of inspiration from what this Loka represents, and all these characters have been imagined with that emotion that it represents and what that Loka stands for. And this whole realm represents greed. They say the essence of Shiva and Parvati flows through this, hence the golden water, which is you see in the trailer, and then you see some creatures coming out of that golden water, and they are born out of that water, and they have a backstory as well, which is all very
cool.
related to the universe. And the trees that you see in the back, they are very...
What is those creatures on that guy's jumper next to the girl speaking? What? What are you talking about? This one? You talking about this one? Is it this one? I don't know. They look like they might be something from the actual game. Yeah, they might be. It could be something from the actual game if he's wearing like something to do with the game. I'm not sure, or it could be just random stuff. You know, could be anything. Wouldn't mind that jumper.
Which is
cool
all
jumper.
very related to the universe.
I assume that it could be something to do with like one of these type of creatures that's present in the game or something.
And the trees that you see in the back, they are very living, breathing part of the forest, where the forest comes alive, and the trees are the.
You know, those creatures reminds me of the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I saw that. Raja Beta. So, yeah, I saw that. Isn't Beta means like sun?
Ritual beings of that Loka, yeah.
So our favorite Golu finally has some magical powers. Can you elaborate on it? What is he doing?
So Golu, that's what Raji calls.
Okay, before I move on, okay, this whole thing with different underworld layers and all that, this is giving me like major Dante's Inferno. Do you remember that game? That was like this is probably a deep cut for people who haven't played games in like the last 15 years or so, but there was a game called Dante's Inferno that came out so long ago. Uh, it is essentially a game that's covering like, you know, what are the seven circles of hell or something in the whatever the mythology. I thought that was pretty cool. This giving me that like similar vibes as well, don't you think?
Him, but his name is Darsh. It's the build up to where Darsh is right now, his involvement in the story, where his disappearance was and why was he taken, and the character that you play now as Darsh, what powers does he have, and he is a completely different individual, whether it's personality or the abilities that he has as a character is different from Raji. Raji is more of an individual that is blessed by the gods, where he has a human who has tasks to do because he is destined to do something. So his powers are more mystical and magical because he's.
It's so cool because at first I thought it's gonna be Darsh is gonna be a companion to Raji where you play as Raji, but it seems like this is the dual protagonist thing. They have actually confirmed that, which is very cool. I have seen a similar setup, like even in God of War, you got Kratos and you got Atreus who are supporting you, and there are some missions where you can play as him, but mostly you just play as Kratos. And then even in games like Bioshock, where you got your main character and you got a companion that's helping you, and then if you even go back to Plague Tale, which is another probably a very similar type game like this, where you play as I forgot her name, but you play as the female character, and then you got her brother, who you can utilize as you know in some gameplay mechanics, but you don't actually play as the brother. So you whenever there's a companion involved, you don't really control the companion directly as a character, but it looks like in this one they're going for that dual protagonist swapping character type thing. I'm very interested to see how that plays out.
Blessed and born with those powers, and which he will be harnessing through the game, and he'll be using.
Like, sorry, what I want to know is if you can swap characters at free will during like gameplay, or is it going to be controlled through story where like you play as Raji and then you know as the course of the story unfolds, then there are some missions that where you play as Darsh and then you switch back and forth based on the missions you play, rather than being able to character swap, mid combat and mid gameplay. That would be interesting.
Using them, which are called siddhis, which are derived from Hinduism again. That's what you see, that he is the magical orbs that he's using.
Raji or Darsh?
Oh, that's like a fun.
You could all say like, oh, both are my creations, I love them. No, every parent has a favorite child.
My favorite child would be Kroth.
Mine's got to be Mahabharata.
Okay, for me it's very tough because I'm one of the few who know, like, who's read what Shruti has planned for Darsh and how crazy things are going to be. Raji is awesome, but I know the journey that is ahead, so yeah, maybe Darsh.
Actually, even for me, it's Darsh.
Okay, guys, so that was amazing. I love the trailer.
So it looks like they're going to make Darsh the main guy over the course of the franchise, which is cool. But I don't know in what way. Maybe they shouldn't have said anything about this. Now this get me thinking about, okay, what the hell is gonna be going on? But it seems like they're setting it up so that Darsh eventually becomes sort of a main character of some sort, or maybe not. I don't know.
Now I just wanna go and play the game. But
Maybe they can do
where they find
spin-offs.
a Steam page or a wishlist page?
Yeah, so we're launching on Game Pass day one along with PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Store. The game will be announced for Nintendo in the future.
Whoa, the game is launching on Game Pass on day one. Xbox secured this game for Game Pass. Okay.
And the game is already live on these stores where you can go ahead and wishlist. And we will be posting all our announcements through these platforms as well, especially Steam. So keep an eye out and let all your friends know.
Awesome, guys. Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a very informative video. I feel very excited now that I have, now that we know little bit more information about the game and the direction that they have taken. Raji Kaliyuga has become one of those games that's gonna go on my list now for one of the most anticipated games of the year, next year. I really hope that this does not disappoint. Raji, the first one, did not disappoint. It was a fantastic game, but it's a very different game. And the fact that they're going all out, to a entirely new genre for the studio is a little bit concerning, but it looks like they know what they're doing. They have planned this all out, and they have a clear vision for the franchise, it looks like. So I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed for these guys and see, how they go, and really hope they nail it. And yeah, man. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this game, because definitely this is gonna come to Game Pass, so I'm probably gonna be playing on Game Pass if I haven't cancelled it by the time it comes out. I still, as of right now, I still have access to PC Game Pass, which is not that expensive just yet. This might be a hot take. But if they end up putting up the price again, I'm probably gonna cancel it because it's not worth it. Just gonna buy it on Steam. But yeah, I want to see the gameplay, because what we got from the trailer wasn't gameplay. It was just a hype cinematic trailer. I want to see the gameplay. I want to see how the dual protagonist control. I want to see how the world looks like and the core gameplay loop. Then we can decide. Yeah, exactly. We can make a verdict after we've seen the gameplay. So I hope they put out a trailer soon showing the actual gameplay, because then it'll all make sense as to how it all play. All right, now we just can speculate that it is going to be something similar to what we have seen in games like God of War or Plague Tale type of thing. Probably more similar to like Plague Tale or like Senua Saga, like I mentioned in a previous live stream. But yeah, but it is very interesting. It's a huge shift. It's a huge shift for the franchise, and also for the studio, and it's hugely ambitious as well. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm also remaining cautiously optimistic about the development of this game. And I will come back to this when we have more updates. Anyway, I'm just gonna wrap it up right now because I am very hungry. I'm gonna eat something, and my headache has worsened over time. So I'm gonna take a little break, and then yeah, I'll see you guys again on Tuesday, and we'll have more stuff to talk about then. I actually didn't cover everything that I want to talk about today because yeah, it's not getting any better. But until then, have a great rest of the weekend, and it's going to be raining all weekend in Melbourne, which is going to be fantastic. If you're not planning to go out, that is. If you are going to be staying in and play games all day, like I'm probably going to be doing, fantastic weather. So I hope you can catch up with whatever you plan to do. This weekend, I'm going to try and finish Value of Memory DLC so I can talk about that. I don't know if I will, but I'm going to try anyway. And also, we got double XP weekend happening for Battlefield, like Ali pointed out, and he's already way ahead of me. He's been playing a lot, so I'm gonna be trying to catch up to him, hopefully through the weekend and better half of the next week. So let's see how that goes. Probably not gonna catch up at all, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until then, bye bye. Yeah, I don't think I will. But one can hope. One can only hope. See you, brother.
Alright. heard the underdog's logging off. Baby! Thanks for hanging out for laughs, memes, and gaming clout. Even if I tripped, lost, or failed, you stuck around and that prevailed. We checked trailers, spilt the tea, mispronounced a game or three. Call of Duty fails, oh that's me, but the chat laughed along, pure victory. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage.
Attention chat, Jaybeazt is officially signing off. He may try to explain the plot of a game he hasn't played, argue with NPCs about story choices, or get stuck in the tutorial forever. And if someone says something wild in chat, he might go,
"Oh mate, don't say that!" Thanks for surviving the chaos, laughing at my fails, and pretending my Call of Duty aim is fine. Catch you next time, same underdog energy, less chaos, maybe.